Hello, faithful minions. Today I want to give a little bit of a rant, I guess, on fandoms. And I'll give you guys the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So, let's get started on the good. See, smiley face for good. Now, I'm gonna stop now. So before Tumblr, I was part of the Harry Potter fandom. That's probably the major one that I was part of. But I didn't really participate that much. All I did was listen to a podcast and sometimes send in emails to the hosts. After I joined Tumblr, I started becoming more involved. I joined more fandoms. I started talking to people. We started sharing ideas. And I think that's one of the biggest positives that fandoms give, is that it gives you this type of community that you can not only analyze episodes with, you can kind of fangirl and talk and share ideas about the specific episodes. And I think that can kind of really translate into life. Now, excuse me for getting a little philosophical and educational over here, but because we're analyzing all these episodes, we're analyzing how the characters act, what the characters say, what their motives are. We can take these skills and we can apply it to everyday life. So you see someone doing something, you can apply what you learned from analyzing episodes critically, looking at things in an episode or in a fandom differently, and apply that to everyday life. Now, as I said before, it's a fantastic way of sharing ideas and thoughts. Alright? So, long story short, it allows you to analyze and develop critical thinking skills. Look at me, I'm like a teacher. And it gives you a support community that is always going to be there for you, no matter what happens. Okay. I know y'all have been waiting for this, the bad and the ugly part. And honestly, I really hope you guys don't mind me going back and forth, because I got two computers set up and I am reading my stuff. Probably should have transferred it onto this computer, but anyway, let me get on to it. This video isn't longer than it needs to be, because it's already probably going to be very long. So, like I said before, the good is that people look at things critically. Fantastic. What bothers me is when people take things way too literal. Now, I'm not saying that you need to analyze every little bit, and if you do, fantastic. But if you don't, that's also okay. As long as you don't, I guess, kind of go overboard on either side, it's a bit of a balance type of thing. So, for example, in The Vampire Diaries, the character of Damon sleeps around a lot, even though he loves Elena. What bothers me is that people go and call him inconsiderate. They say that he doesn't love her, and all these other very nasty things. It's kind of like he killed a baby panda. I just really wish that people would kind of sit down and think, why is he doing these things? I think that will kind of make people more involved, be able to connect to the show more, and I think just get more out of it. Now, I'm not saying you need to sit down and analyze every little thing, as I said a couple seconds ago, but you can't take everything with a grain of salt. You need to kind of really put yourself in there and think, what is going on, and what are the motives of these characters? Long story short, what I consider the bad part is people taking things way too literally. The ugliest part of fandom, for me personally, are shipping wars. Now, shipping's probably been around longer than the internet. I kind of think it started back in the 1700s, when Marie Antoinette shipped cake with people. It's a very integral part of fandom, and I think that fandom isn't as strong without it. But what I don't understand are these so-called shipping wars, where people say, my ship's better than yours, and then they start bashing other people's ships. I kind of sat down, and I came up with 3 reasons why I think people do this. 1, their own ship is inadequate to them. 2, they think that their ship is quote-unquote sinking. And 3, they just want to troll. To me, these really are a waste of time. Though, trolling can be kind of fun. But still, it takes away from fandom, it takes away from the whole part. Let's take Vampire Diaries, for example. I ship Damon and Elena, in case you guys haven't noticed. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna bash Stefan and Elena, or any other ships for that matter. Because I understand why people ship it. I sit down and I think critically, and I look at the reasons why people say, well, okay, Stefan and Elena work. Once again, I'm not gonna sit down and be like, no, this is bad. I take it and I understand why they do it. Once again, it still comes back to that whole point. You need to look at things critically. And I understand people are passionate about fandom. Fantastic. It's good that you're so involved. But you shouldn't let this passion, I guess, this emotion, take away from the critical aspect of it. My God, you probably should start a drinking game. Every time I say critical, you take a shot. I think that'll work well. Anyway, that's about it. That's kind of my rant, I guess you could say. Good, you meet new people, you think critically, you share ideas. The bad and the ugly, people don't think critically, and shipping wars. Total waste of time in my opinion. I'd rather have more important things to focus on. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will leave you with this random fact. I think I'm going to start doing these little facts on every video that I post. Did you know that you can boil water at any temperature? If any of you want to share your thoughts on why you think that is, or you think that's total BS, please send a message either on the YouTube channel or to my Tumblr, and maybe I'll read them out next video. I don't know, but I will keep doing these little random things. So take care, guys, and thanks for watching, by the way.